Glenn Lyons, you've come from the University of the West of England, and I suppose the fundamental question is, what do people want from their transport?
It's a very important question, and I think one of our challenges as an industry, as a sector, is that our legacy is one of building an asset. We grew up through engineering and economics and construction, and actually we've now moved into an era where we have a fairly well established asset, and it is about the movement of people, or at least the mobility of people. And what I would say now is that we're in an era where digital connectivity is an accompaniment to physical mobility, and so the question is not just what do people want from their transport system, but how do they want to connect in a society that is increasingly global.
Right. So, but here we are at the Chartered Institute of Transport Highways and Transportation Annual Conference. Do you think the focus around here is still far too much around construction, around asphalt, around concrete, rather than around, I suppose, the transformational digital technologies that are going to really change the way we interact with our transport?
Yes, I do. I think the quality of our physical infrastructure is very important, and we know that maintenance is a big challenge now. But we talk in academic circles about socio-technical systems. In other words, if you only focus on optimizing the technical system and ignore the social system, you don't get effective outcomes. So I think as a sector we need, alongside our engineers and construction, more of a focus on, if you like, marketing, understanding the end user needs and their behaviour.
How do we do that then?
Well, we change the mix, the skills mix within the transport profession, and I think we're seeing that happening. We're getting progressively more people coming in from different disciplines, bringing in more behavioural insight and perhaps planning to accompany the engineering and the technology.
Because it's interesting, here we are at this conference, and we've got companies like Atkins sponsoring, but we also talk about the impact of companies like Google. Will Atkins or will Google be providing the solutions for the future, in your view?
I certainly wouldn't bet on the transport companies providing the future of connectivity. I think Uber's been, it's on the lips of everyone at the moment, a reminder that out of nowhere can come a tech company that seemingly had nothing to do with the established transport sector, and suddenly it's transforming the way we are moving about in our urban areas and connecting. So I think I don't think the future will be a Google or an Apple. They're going to become rather dated. Quite possibly it'll be entirely new organisations, and it could be very much more distributed, people working with each other rather than for a corporation.
So in your view, is the future about travelling more, or is it about travelling less?
The future, and this will sound a bit trite, is ours to shape. It is uncertain, but uncertainty is a great opportunity. However, if we allow our approach to be the historic one of we need more capacity because we think there's going to be more travel, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. We'll create more travel. If we take a different view, that we've got more opportunity to connect in different ways, to enrich our urban realms, invest in different parts of our system, then we can shape the future, and that could be a future where there's less reliance on physical mobility, more people living in urban areas with quality realms and digitally connected.
So, given this conference is all about meeting the needs of a challenging and an uncertain future, what would you say are the key things that we should be considering about overcoming that uncertainty in the future?
At the moment, we tend to be rather trapped in doing things by rote, following the rule book. We've got very well established systems and approaches like cost-benefit analysis. We need to stand back somewhat and take more responsibility as a profession, working with our political masters to introduce stronger planning and much more optioneering, and also bringing in more flexibility into the design of the assets that we're now investing in. We tend to go for the lowest cost option, but actually it's possible to build in resilience and flexibility in the way you do in the financial markets.
All of which are very, very scary to people like Treasury officials, etc., I imagine. So big challenges ahead there.
Absolutely.
Glenn, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks.